So before we start this video, I would like to let you guys know that I did not do any screenshots or pictures like I normally do. I was being lazy, so instead I'll be talking about wrestling while playing a video game in the background. So that's why you're not seeing pictures and you're seeing me playing games because I'm extremely lazy today. Anyways, enjoy the video. Bye.
Welcome to another episode of Toya Talks Wrestling. In today's episode, we're going to talk about things that happened on Raw September 2nd, 2024. Some of these things I care about. Some of these things I don't care about, but I want to talk about it. Let's talk about things that I don't care about, but I want to talk about it. Is the collection fusion. What is the name? I don't know. It's a freaking stable with Sonya Deville, Zoe Stark, and Shayna Baszler. And I guess they're feuding with like Lyra Valkyria and Selena Vega and like what's left of the Damage Control or something like that. I'm not sure. Like, I don't even know what is the point of this stable. I really don't, other than they're trying to get these ladies into a feud for War Games, which, I mean, honestly, I really don't want to see. Like, I would rather have the traditional SmackDown versus Raw women thing and have them be in it than do a War Games with these women. I could care less. Okay. I don't. It's not appealing to me. There's nothing there. There is no substance. I feel like I'm just tasting this air. I don't know. I really don't know. Shayna Baszler had a match with Selena Vega and she beat her. And then the three of them ended up beating up on Selena, and here comes Lyra Valkyria and they beat up on her. And then Sonya Deville said something that was just so weird and cringe to me. It was like, she was like talking about, I guess they were in Denver and how Denver is a bunch of losers and none of the men in Denver could ever take any of them home. And I'm just thinking to myself, okay, well, Zoe Stark is married to a man. You're a lesbian, Sonya, and you're married to a woman. I don't know what the sexual preference of Shayna Baszler is, but I'm pretty sure men are probably just afraid of her because she could probably beat the crap out of them. So, sure, yeah, you're right. No men will ever take you home because, okay, I don't even know why you said that, but it was just weird. I'm just like, alright, I don't know what they're doing with these ladies. I don't know. They need to do something with these ladies. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're trying to do, but it ain't hitting. It's not hitting. It's not hitting at all. We need to do better. Come on, WWE. We need to do better. Anyways, I'll say about that. Let's go. Okay, now let's talk about things that I want to talk about. We got the IC tournament for the number one contender for the IC title. We already have for the Fatal 4-Way for next Monday. We already have in the Fatal 4-Way Jey Uso and Pete Dunne. And we had two more matches on Raw. There was a match between Dominic Mysterio, Ilya Dragunov, and Dragon Lee. At one point, because this is a triple threat match, there is no disqualification. Carlito came out to help, obviously, Dominic Mysterio. Then Damian Priest came out, pretty much got Carlito, but chased away Dominic Mysterio, and it just ended up being Dragon Lee versus Ilya Dragunov, which was a pretty good, decent match, and Dragunov got the win, so he'll be going on to the Fatal 4-Way next week. And then the other match we had was Sheamus, Lou Geiser, and it was supposed to be Bronson Reed, but Bronson Reed was injured, so they put in Braun Strowman. How that match ended was Pete Dunne came in and hit Sheamus in the back with a shillelagh, and then Bronson Reed got Luke Kaiser in his finisher and got the pin. I would imagine that next week we will see Bronson Reed somewhere near that fatal 4-way. But for now, we have the fatal 4-way. We have Jey Uso versus Pete Dunne versus Ilya Dragunov versus Braun Strowman. Sorry. My guess is that Jey Uso once again will probably win the number one contender match, and he will go against Braun Breaker, where he will definitely would probably just lose at Bad Blood, because I think it's at Bad Blood. I think so. But yeah, which I really want Jey Uso to win, but he's not going to win. I already know, which is sad. Anyways, my next thing I'd like to talk about, Sami Zayn, pretty much challenging Gunther for the World Heavyweight title. Gunther came out and he did a promotion about what he did at Bash at Berlin, how he beat Randy Orton. Spoiler alert, I know I'm supposed to talk about this on Thursday, so sorry. But and how he was ready to move on and everything else. Sami comes out and basically challenges him, saying, the one title that I have not gotten yet is that title right there. I want that title. He challenged him, and pretty much Gunther said no and left the ring. And Sami pretty much just said, you're just scared because I'm the only one that actually beat you for a title and actually pinned you 1, 2, 3 and stuff like that. I think there's gonna be a match between Sami Zayn versus Gunther for the title at Bad Blood. They haven't made it official yet, but I think it's coming, and when it comes, Sami Zayn will lose that title. Sami Zayn won't win. He will not win. Sorry. And then this will bring him back with Sami and Jey, and they can go after the tag titles, because that's what they were supposed to do before the IC tournament happened and everything else. I don't know if they were supposed to, but that's what they talked about anyway. So I can see that being a thing. Because it's right now the tag titles are who has them? Who has the title? Oh, Judgment Day. Finn Balor and JD McNuggets have the titles right now, and I can see them going after the titles, and with the help of maybe even Rhea and Damian Priest. So I can see that being a thing. So I'm excited about that. Okay, the next thing I would like to talk about is American Made. This is Chad Gable's stable with the Creed brothers and Ivy Nile. Ivy Nile and the Creed brothers went up against Alpha Academy. American Made won, and that's not the point. The point is this: American made a challenge to the Wyatt Six for a 4-on-4 match, a mixed tag match. So it will be American Made, Chad Gable, Ivy Niles with the Creed brothers versus Uncle Howdy, Nikki Cross, what's her, Abigail, I don't know who she's supposed to be, and then whatever 2 other people on the Wyatt Six. It could be Rowan, could be Loomis, could be Gacy, not really sure. In a street fight match next Monday, which I'm actually pretty excited about. One is that we finally get to see Nikki Cross debut in a wrestling match with the Wyatt Six. Really excited about that. It's a street fight match. So if somehow the Wyatt Six loses, it won't be like a regular match. It could be something like devastating. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen in a street fight match. I mean, they can get run over by cars or something like that. I don't know. I don't really see them losing. I think the problem with Bray Wyatt was, like, he would say this cool ass shit, have these great promos, but then lose in his matches. I don't really see. We don't need a repeat of that with Uncle Howdy and Bo. But yeah, I'm really just excited to finally see Nikki wrestle again. That's what I'm excited about. So I'm really excited about that one. Another thing that I would like to talk about real quick, there is a new announcer in Joe Tessitore. I think that's his name. I'm sorry if I got his name wrong, but he on Raw now. I think he's going to be there till I think he's going to be there till January when they go on Netflix, and I don't know what's gonna happen then. He was there with Wade Barrett, and he did a pretty good job. You know, there were some things that I think he kind of just messed up on or was quiet about or something like that. But for the most part, he did a great job, and I'm looking forward to seeing how he develops as the months go on. And the last thing I would like to talk about is CM Punk talked about his win over Drew McIntyre at Bash at Berlin and how he wanted to move on. That Drew McIntyre is no longer a situation or a problem for him anymore, and he's ready to move on. He got the bracelet back, and he's ready to move on to getting some gold, and he's going after Gunther for his title. Basically, put out that challenge, I guess. And then it was really a short promo. He said play my music. He starts celebrating with the crowd. He's like, high fiving the crowd. He's shaking like the announcer's hand and everything else. He gets on the announcer's table and he's like, they're getting a close up of his face, and I'm just like, okay, where is he at? And there's Drew. Drew pretty much, attacks CM Punk. And he attacks them and everything else like really badly, and it's so bad that even Wade Barrett was like trying to talk him out of not attacking CM Punk, and CM Punk was like on the table and he was trying to get up. Drew McIntyre claymored CM Punk off the table. Claymored him so bad, he claymored him off his shoe. Like, CM Punk's shoe fell off because that claymore was so hard. And then he beat him up again in the ring, and he claymored him again. And then, here comes two officials came out and they tried to stop Drew McIntyre, and they couldn't stop Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre said, I just want the bracelet. Let me just get the bracelet, right? And he goes and he beats him up again, beats Punk up again, finally gets the bracelet. He finally gets the bracelet. He puts the bracelet on. He takes the bracelet on. He's looking at the bracelet, and he basically just breaks the bracelet. And he breaks the bracelet, and the beads. Some of the beads fell on the floor, but most of them are in his hand. And he pretty much just force fed the beads down. He force fed the beads down Punk's throat, and then he Claymore kicks him again. Here comes Adam Pearce. Here comes more security, more officials. Drew McIntyre finally leaves. CM Punk is laid out. And that's that.
In another segment of the show, you will see CM Punk is being taken to the the emergency room, and Drew McIntyre again attacks him on the gurney and everything else. So it's crazy.
That's how that ended. And yeah, I will talk a little bit more about that because I want to save that for about what I think should happen with these two. As far as like the third match goes, I'll talk a little bit more about that on Thursday. But there was an amazing scene. Nonetheless, I was wondering how we get to a third match. This is it. This is it. Now we're just these two are just fueled by rage and anger and everything else. But that is all for now. I don't think there was anything else that was interesting anyway. So I will end it here. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys on Thursday. for T2T Wrestling's Bash in Berlin results. Okay, bye.